Whoa, it's a beautiful day to do these reactions, man. Listen, like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the bud, join the team before you hit the green, and don't forget to
hype me up. Hype me up.
Say, bro, truckers feeling it, man. Diesel off the chain right now. I seen one dude paying like $8 for his. Guys, a lot of trucking companies are gonna go out of business, go bankrupt. Let's get into this video.
Let's talk about this fuel really quick. Everybody's like crying about the fuel. Everybody's trying to get like political. June 2022 was like the highest diesel prices like I think ever, or like in the longest time or whatever. Just fact check it. I don't care. But basically the market was like really bad, right? So the trucking market is not that bad right now. It's actually pretty decent. So what's going to happen with fuel prices, right? Even if brokers and carriers have contracts with customers, most of them have fuel surcharge. So that fuel surcharge will go up. And also if the market is good, guess what's going to happen? They're going to have to adjust to the fuel prices and pay you more for the loads. So I'd be more worried about it if fuel was high like it was back in 2022 and the trucking market was like really bad. But if the trucking market is like really bad and fuel goes up, yeah, it sucks. It's not good, but it's not the end of the world. Prices will adjust as long as the market stays good. That's my 2 cents about the whole situation. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, I don't trust this guy. He's not an economist or any of that kind of shit. All I know is if diesel is high, everything is going to go up. The cost of living is going to go up because everything is transported to us via boat and then is transported to us on a damn truck. And if the diesel is high, that means that the people have to pay more money to get the services. And then when they deliver things to the grocery stores, to the retail outlets and all of that kind of stuff, because it's a trickle down effect, we're going to pay more for it. It's just like when the tariffs was introduced. They said it wasn't going to make our prices go up, but it did because that's economy 101. Let's be fucking for real.
This is insane.
Look at that, yo.
This is not AI, people. No, this is real.
Wow.
Almost $1,000 for fuel. Are you kidding me? This is killing us, man.
Now imagine if you're a new truck driver. You ain't got the type of bread. You're not set up to be doing this. Hopefully you be working for a company and they pay you like crap when you're starting out, man. Everybody got to damn near go through like one of these sweatshop types of trucking companies in the beginning until you get, you learn the game. But bro, $1,000 for 195 gallons of diesel is crazy.
I'm not one to fearmonger, but I do believe that this is something that everyone should take into consideration when talking about the state of affairs. So I've been listening to a lot of people's takes and how, the fuel prices will affect certain things, but I don't think people really understand the magnitude of how this is going to play out. And see, I've been a truck driver for 8 years. I've been a container driver for about 4 years, and I'm seeing a lot of shifts in the container side of trucking. And when it comes to fuel is getting up there in almost $6 per gallon for diesel. And people are saying that if oil gets up to $300 a barrel, that's going to equate to about $15 per gallon. And do you know what $15 per gallon for an 18-wheeler will cost? You're going to see a lot of companies, small companies, big companies, go out of business. They're going to take their losses and they're going to get out of Dodge. And it's going to happen rather quick, right? So when you have a shortage of trucks moving product, you're going to have it's going to take a lot more time for that product to get on the shelves because there are only going to be a couple of companies that's going to be able to move this stuff.
Yep. The big
and I was
companies,
just
Swift.
in a driver's meeting 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was in a driver's meeting about 2 weeks ago. And these companies that ship their products to the US, they're stopping. They're stopping solely off of fuel. Because once the fuel goes up, then the companies hauling said products have to charge accordingly to ship to move that product to wherever it has to go. And a lot of companies are getting rid of their contracts with a lot of these companies. So a lot of these companies are losing contracts due to fuel. So not only will you have a large amount of companies going out of business strictly on fuel, but you're going to have a longer time for said materials to get to us due to no one being able to move it.
Yep.
So with that being said, I would rather you play it safe than sorry and start stacking up the stuff that you need to get, that you normally get, because I'm not saying that it's going to be a desert out here, right? But it might just be a desert out here. It's definitely about to be a hard time for a lot of trucking companies,
Yep.
especially your small 1 to 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 trucks. It's going to be a hard time for them. It's going to be hard for your mid-sized companies. It's going to be hard, very hard for your larger companies as well. So at the end of the day, to the truckers, know when to hold and when to fold. Pretty much it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be hard. And to be completely honest with you, trucking is just a small portion of it. There's a lot more that will go into this, right? And if you want me to, I'll talk about it.
Y'all heard the man. Y'all heard the man. That's the state of the union right now. Dog, it's common sense, bro. If all of the freight, all of the goods and services and things of that nature have to go through a truck, if it's expensive for the truck driver, then that means that the cost is going to trickle down to us eventually if it hasn't already began, which is crazy. And they're telling you that this ain't it. Real talk. It's shit falling out the sky and they trying to convince you it's chocolate. I mean, every drop. Straight like
Full crisis. Let me show you what number 47 has done as far as Australia to the truckers.
I'm on a quarter of a tank. Been driving for about 500 kilometers and not a drop of diesel anywhere. So this is a service station that's run completely out of diesel, and these trucks here are all waiting. And this is like this across South Australia and now Victoria. Out of my hand.
Australia is not the only place with fuel shortages. It's all over the world. If you think that this is not going to be a global depression, a food shortage, a gas shortage, you are not paying attention. This is also, of course, affecting truckers who voted for number 47 in the USA. Diesel is skyrocketing. And in addition, China today said they will not be exporting any oil, and they have a year's supply. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. One man, one administration has caused a global catastrophic crisis. If you found this sad but informative, please like, comment, follow, and share.
Hey, bro, I know one thing. When that boy finally don't wake up, boy, a lot of people going to be happy. They're going to be singing in the streets. They're going to throw a parade for when that boy die. I guarantee you a parade will be given. That's cold-blooded, man. And don't feel sorry, man. He make fun of the dead, too.
You know.
Yeah, I know it's hard out here for a pimp. Look at that boy. He doing the Flintstone move with the truck, man. Gas so damn high.
When I tell you this is some bullshit, this is some bullshit.
Wow.
This is some bullshit. When I tell you,
Dog, this man got 231 gallons of gas for $11.56. That is ridiculous.
Yesterday I made a video on the price of fuel and how it's going to directly affect trucking companies, and that we are about to see a bunch of trucking companies plummet. They're going to go under. They're going to sink. Especially a lot of your smaller companies, your 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks in that company, your mid-sized companies, and quite a few of your huge companies, your mega carriers, are going to fail. And a lot of people in the comments were saying, oh man, trucking is going to be fine. We're going to get through this. We have the surcharge, and then it's going to roll over to the freaking consumers. And you're right. It is going to, in some instance, directly affect the consumers. But y'all are not understanding. With the price of fuel going up, everything else goes up.
Yep.
And like I explained yesterday, with the prices of fuel going up, the people from overseas that are shipping over here to the United States, they are backing out of contracts because they don't want to level things out when it comes to paying these companies more money to ship the goods that we need over here. Now, I left this up here on purpose. A month ago, the price of diesel was at $3.50 per gallon. Right now, it's at $5.20 on average across.
The last time I filled up, it was $5.19, and I spent $125 on my shit.
Across Georgia. I've seen $5.60, close to $6. And when they're saying that the price of a barrel of oil is about to be $300 per barrel, and that equates to about $15 per gallon, there are about to be a lot of trucking companies, small, mid, and large, that are about to sink.
Yep.
They're about to go under.
Big facts.
And you think that these companies are about to tell you the truth? They know what's going on, right? But they're going to look out for the best interests of themselves and their company. And they rather take a loss and get out of it before it gets worse. And I've seen it. And hopefully with you, if you're a truck driver, I've been a truck driver for about 8 years now, right? Those that have been in trucking long enough, y'all have seen companies. You have seen companies bring their drivers in and tell them to come back to the yard and tell them to hand over the keys. Just like that. No 2 weeks notice, no weeks notice. Just hand the keys in and find your way back home.
Yep.
Now, I've been in trucking for 8 years, like I said previously, but I've been hauling containers for about 4, right? And it says container ships transport the vast majority of the U.S. imports, with roughly 95% of the world's total cargo moved by sea. In 2025, the U.S. container imports remained high, with August reaching 2.5 million TEUs. Now, I want you to really pay attention to this. Really pay attention to this. Key goods. Top containerized imports include furniture, auto parts, apparel, and electronics, say the Port of Los Angeles.
Crazy.
And what do trucks need to keep on moving?
Diesel.
Auto parts. And these trucks, they break down left and right,
Yep.
especially these newer model trucks. So if they cannot afford fuel at $15, which I don't think is going to get there, but $7, $8, $9 even, is going to put people out of business. But if they cannot afford $7, $8, $9, they're not going to be able to afford $15. And if their trucks break down, they're going to have to pay for the electronic, not the electronics, but they're going to have to pay for the auto parts to fix said truck. And that's going to be at a high price. So when you see that, when you see fuel prices and auto parts going skyrocketing, you're going to see companies plunder. And that is why when you see in my last video, a lot of owner operators are saying, hey, I might just put my truck down, and they may just go work for a different company until things level back out. That is why. That is exactly why, because they are not going to be able to afford, if their truck breaks down, the fuel. And these companies with multiple trucks are not going to be able to make it. They're just not.
Yeah. Doom and gloom. That's what it is. But shit getting real in the field, man. Shit is getting absolutely real in the field. The decisions that number 47 is making are literally decimating American people, bro.
So I'm sitting here unloading some diesel at this gas station, and I'm right next to the diesel pump. And boy, oh boy, I don't see how y'all do it. That's $5.69 a gallon. Oh boy, y'all must be getting paid some good money to have a diesel truck.
I spent $125 the other day.
Whew, pricey.
Yeah, bro. You know it's sad when a dude delivering the gas telling you it ain't shit.
Bob brings tears to your eyes.
The war has caused the price of diesel to increase by about $2 a gallon. So truckers and farmers are really struggling before they can even begin their day's work to fuel up their tanks. Imagine having a row tractor. We're talking 100, 200 gallon tank. I caught up with a farmer in Vinton, Iowa, who's facing that reality every single day.
Start getting nervous every time you have to fill this guy up now?
Yeah, there goes $300.
That was $300 just now. How would that have compared to before the war?
Probably 150.
Probably
160.
A little over 2, maybe less.
And how long will these $300 worth of diesel last you?
If I work all day, not the whole day. We've got 5 tractors, and our big one, we'll burn a couple 100 gallons, 300 gallons a day, and that doing, heavy tillage. And so we could easily go through 500 or 600 pretty quick. About brings tears to your eyes.
And truckers are feeling the pain too. An average semi can hold about 300 gallons in the tank. So we're talking thousands of dollars of additional costs, which for all of us is going to mean higher prices. These are not rounding error.
Yeah, and I want to give y'all an idea of what they saying in the comments, yo. Ask him who he voted for. Who did he vote for? I voted to be a racist, not poor. Ask him who he voted for. Don't worry, you just have to sell your farm and equipment to the banks. It seems like Trump has done quite the opposite of what he promised during his campaign. And still, farmers would not admit that Trump is responsible for farmers going bankrupt with his tariffs. Who did he vote for? Somebody said, fuck Trump and fuck you for voting for him. I don't know what to think until Trump tells me. Yeah, this is crazy.
It's crazy expensive right now.
Kieran Marriott only put 5 gallons in, $28.
Nah, I don't fill up. Only time I fill up was when I going on a long haul.
Mel Stevenson refuses to fill up. His Lexus only takes premium.
If I stay within my budget, $50.
$50 ain't getting as far as it used to.
It doesn't. It doesn't even give a half a tank in this thing.
Gas prices have shot up since the war in Iran started. In Arizona, averaging more than $4.50, but in many places over $5. And no relief or end or really even action.
But I'm going to go straight to the point. Gas prices are out of control.
It all adds up, and then all of a sudden I've got a shortfall.
In dueling press conferences at 2 different gas stations, plenty of ideas. Independent gubernatorial candidate Hugh Lytle wants Governor Katie Hobbs to suspend the gas tax for now. Senator Ruben Gallego wants gas tax refunds, more oil released, and Arizona's summer blend to be cheaper.
There's no reason why Arizonans should be paying more for this very, very expensive blend.
No bipartisan relief effort has been put together yet, and that creates huge challenges for in our life.
Those are all ideas that could happen, but none of them have, leaving drivers with no choice but to pay.
It shouldn't be happening, frankly.
He don't look like a Trump supporter. He looks like a hard left-leaning person. Very liberal looking at.
This is getting out of control. I just went and put $150 in my hay squeeze, and it barely gave me a quarter tank of diesel. Can't farm much longer like this.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to ask you what them other people ask. Who did you vote for? This is wild.
Hey, buddy. Landstar, a good company to drive for?
Sorry?
Landstar, a good company to drive for?
Own company. My own truck.
Oh, you own an operator?
Yeah, owner operator.
Oh, so they good to lease under then. What they charge you percentage?
It's 35%.
35? God damn. You gotta pay for maintenance too?
But I have a very good discount on fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a very, very good deal.
Yeah.
Like I used to run out of Florida, coming out of Florida is around $2.50, $3 a mile. Coming out of Florida. But once I'm out of Florida already, I run around $4.50 a mile.
Right.
Price is good.
Yeah.
And your price right here.
You gotta pay for maintenance out your pocket.
Huh?
You gotta pay for maintenance.
That man, you gotta pay for maintenance.
Yeah, it's my truck.
Yeah, your truck.
It's my truck.
How much you Miami X, and how much you average a week take home after everything?
Around last week I make 45.
45.
Yeah.
After everything?
$4,450.
That's after everything.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah.
Clean. But this week I spent 3 days at home. So this week it's gonna be like 25, 28.
Yeah, straight.
I got clean already.
I got you. Yeah. See, you got your dog with you, huh?
Yeah, that's my baby.
Be cool, man. Stay safe. That's your baby.
Hey, bro, y'all know what's so crazy about this interaction, and I love my black folks, but bro, you can't just ask a random black dude how much he bringing home a week after this type of shit. But I don't know you why you pocket watching and all that kind of stuff, man. Crazy. But he said he bringing home $4,500 a week, dog. I know that diesel price is going to start to eat into that profit, bro. Anytime you got to drop $1,000 on diesel, bro, I know it. This all's good and everything, but trust me, when them diesel prices really start buzzing upside his head, man, he gonna be rethinking life.
So I seen a lot of bitching this morning on social media about drivers that are negotiating rates with brokers based on the current fuel market, and brokers being shitty about it and clapping back and not wanting to deal with it and stuff like that. And I just want to share what my personal experience was. Well, starting next week, I've been dealing with the same two brokers. I run out of the same facility for each of them. I go to 2 round trip loads that go to Tennessee for one, and then 1 round trip load that goes to Michigan. And I told them, I was like, listen, I know we had agreed upon this amount for doing this, but I'm going to need a little bit more money for fuel because of the fuel market. And you know, looking at all the responses that drivers are getting, which I know most of them, they're just negotiating from low board or whatever, that these aren't people that they've gotten to know or anything like that. And with these guys, they've seen how I work, they've seen how I operate, they've seen that I'm reliable, they've seen that they
don't care, man.
You know, they don't have to worry about me. Basically, they send over the rate con, I go to the customer, I get it, I go to delivery, and that's the end of it. They don't have to call me, they don't have to check on me, I don't need to update them, there's no nothing. Don't have to think about me. They know that I'm going to send over the paperwork and they're going to get paid, I'm going to get paid, and that's the end. That's about as simple as it gets. So whenever I come to them and I told them this, they didn't blink. Their words were, okay, let me go talk to the customer. Then they come back and agreed to give me a couple of $100 more on each load. And that was fair, you know, a $200 increase. I mean, yeah, I would have liked to have had a lot more, but $200 does offset what I'm spending for fuel. And, you know, I was appreciative of the fact that they didn't try to give me shit about it. That they were just like, okay, man, you know? And that's why I found really it's best if you can just get in with the right people and you can just lock in a facility that you like and just try to lock stuff in. Just running chaotic all over the low board, especially when you're a solo driver. When you're a team driver, you can get away with that a lot more. But a solo driver, that gets kind of annoying, frustrating. You know, you're trying to be strategic, put yourself into a good area every time, try to stay out of dead zones. And if you can just get into doing the same thing repetitively, it kind of makes things a little bit simpler. And if you deal with the right brokers, they're going to be happy to have somebody that's reliable to them, and they're going to work with you. So yeah, that's been my experience. Hope things are going good for you guys, and y'all have a good day.
Yeah, man, everybody not gonna have that same luck. Some of y'all gonna go to these people and they're gonna tell you to kick rocks and don't let the dough hit you in your ass on your way out. That's what they're gonna tell you, bro. Man, you better make sure you and yours is getting yours straight like that, dog, because shit getting spooky out here for real, man. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you're a trucker, I stand with you in solidarity, dog. Let's get it, man.